Hello folks, coming to you from Flagstaff, Arizona. I'm out here at my campsite, which is near the Walnut, I think it's called Walnut Creek Canyon, which is, of course, is closed. I wanted you to see where I was camped. So if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see my trailer and my truck, and it's really close by to Walnut Canyon National Monument. In fact, this road here, which is about a mile or two, will take you to the canyon. Now, it's not exactly in the park, and the park is actually closed. You can go to it and kind of see a lot of it. The road is pretty rutty with really deep holes, and so I turned around and came back. But I did want to show you also my trailer. I don't do this all the time, but just to give you an idea of what my camping life is like, you can see I've got the door open there. It's getting into the upper 70s in the daytime and kind of getting just a tad bit warm, but not really bad. And then I'm pretty close by to the road here, so you can see the road is not paved, but it's pretty well packed down. Don't let that fool you though. If you go on it and you drive on it, there's dust going everywhere. And you can see there's a long road there with lots of places to turn off and lots of camping places. And I picked this place because due to these rocks you see here, a lot of people are choosing not to camp here because they don't want to have to pull their trailer up the road, with those rocks. And also, when you're camping somewhere, you like to go out every day and do something. So, I'd be driving my truck over those rocks every single day. It doesn't bother me, but it may bother some people. So that's why I selected this place, because I knew, there wouldn't be a whole lot of people out here. And I was right. And lastly, I have a pretty good view. There's a peak there. It's called Humphreys Peak. It's cloudy today, but it's really beautiful. In fact, I did a time lapse with my Sony camera, which you can see here, and that's that same peak on a more spectacular day with the clouds moving. So as I was enjoying the scenery, I noticed there was a dog nearby. And of course I love dogs, and so I noticed them right away. And so I was wondering, I wonder who this dog belongs to. So again, you can see where I'm parked with the trailer and the truck there. Over to the right, you'll also see another vehicle, and that's a van. So I decided I would go over to that van and ask the guy who was there if it was his dog I kept seeing, and kind of, get to know him and so forth. So I did that. So I went over and talked to Mark, who happens to be from Connecticut. And of course you see his dog there on the right. His dog's name is Kiki. And she was really an adorable dog, and she just loved to go get the ball whenever you throw it. A pit bull, but a really cute, friendly pit bull. A lot of people are afraid of pit bulls. I'm not. So the thing that's interesting, one of the things interesting about Mark is that he has this van here, and he totally built it out himself. So it has solar panels on the top, it has water, it has an outside shower, it has, a lot of things inside of it. And so I told him, I said, well, why don't I go get my camera and you can just show it all to me and we can take a quick look. So this is Mr. Mark, same name as me.
Yep. Electric bed, so it kind of inclines and kind of gets it into a zero gravity position with the knees up and the back up. That's my sink. Heater, I mounted it to the side of the refrigerator, my inverter, and my solar controller is back here. Yep, I got all hooks along the. This is a pegboard I got from IKEA. So I got a hinge over here. So if I want to, I can unhinge these or lift these up and hang them from the ceiling. So I got one flexible solar panel that's on top of that Thule cargo box. Got my propane. I got so the water and the propane come down, as you saw from the inside, goes down to the inside. Water pump.
That's neat. I mean, you got to have a shower. You feel good when you have a shower.
Yeah.
So.
And then the black water tank heats up the water.
So you do this all yourself, huh?
Yep. I did a lot of engine work on this thing as well. I took off the carburetor, put on a Holley electronic fuel injection system right here. And because it was running like crap with the old carburetor, because it was sitting in a barn for 20 years. The guy that passed away, older guy. So it was in actually a tobacco barn in Connecticut. There's a tent that actually inflates, and then it connects to the van. When I'm somewhere permanent, I'll set that up, and it gives me another standing room. This is also a propane line right here. So also when I'm going to be somewhat permanent, I'll set up I have a table, so it's magnetic on the bottom, and then these stick, so that they're not flying all over the place. And then this is latched on here as well. So
it's just enough to keep it from moving.
Little box is my stool, so I could but it's also a
drum.
It's called a cajon or something. I'm somewhat of a percussionist, so. And I got my drumsticks over here. If I have. I just needed something so I could, like the bed is up too high, I kind of hit my head, but this is nice and low. I could like spin around and do my stuff, and then jam out. And these seats were my pride and joy. I took out the old seats and bought these. Well, take a sit in this. It's so.
All right.
And they spin. If I had a passenger, they swivel around so they can face forward as well.
To do. How much did it cost to build it out, or did you not keep track?
I don't know exactly, but I could have bought a nice rig with what I spent on this. But I did the wheels and tires. I actually had I had to get the transmission built because that went out on me really quick. The brakes, front brakes. I mean, it's pretty much better than new, as far as what I did to it.
So it's gonna last.